cross as the letter Tav stands for the cross. The cross. The cross at the cross as the letter Tav stands for the number assigned to Tav 400. This number represents the total manifestation of the 10 Sephiroth in the 4 Kabbalistic worlds, because each Sephirah is regarded as being itself tenfold, so that the numerical formula for complete manifestation is 10 by 10 by 4, or 400. Hence the cross of Tav is a symbol of the tree of divine perfection. And in the ancient form of Teth, the circle surrounding the cross is a symbol of the power of the letters, because the total number of Hebrew letters is 22, and 22 is the characteristic number of any circle. Arithmetic is the basis of all practical occultism. A knowledge of the esoteric properties and uses of number is indispensable. The cross says arithmetic is the basis of all practical occultism. A knowledge of the esoteric properties and uses of number is indispensable to every seeker for liberation. The coiled fiery power is the astral light, symbolized by a coiled serpent. It is also the kundalini of the yogis, and much concerning it will be found in the writings of Madame Blavatsky, who calls it faux heart, and says outright that the letter Teth is a symbol for faux heart. See also Arthur Avalon's Serpent Power and Shakti and Shakta. The lamps are the interior stars or chakras. The oil is the nerve force, a modification of Fohat or Kundalini. It is made to energize the lamps by means of exercises in which counting is essential, because they include rhythmic breathing and rhythmic intonation. Arithmetic is the basis of all practical occultism. The lamps are the interior stars or chakras. The oil is the nerve force, a modification of Fohat or Kundalini. It is made to energize the lamps by means of exercises in which counting is essential, because they include rhythmic breathing and rhythmic intonation of divine names in Hebrew. Shemin Lamawa, SHMNLMAVR. Oil for lighting is the number 667, and this is the number of Sod HaPehuluth, SVDHPOVLVTH, the secret of all spiritual activities, the name of the path of wisdom corresponding to Teth, pronounced Taith, transcribed as T, the number 9, meaning serpent, the intelligence of the secret of all spiritual activities. The ancient form of the letter Teth was a crude picture of a tari. The interior stars are chakra. Number 9, the hermit, the meditation on Yud. I am the creative hand, which fashioneth the worlds and establisheth the spheres, while yet the primal fire circleth untrammeled in the womb of space. That fashioning is not as the handiwork of man, it is my self-utterance through the voice of vision. By it I declare myself, yea, I utter myself as the Father of all, and from my fatherhood is the brotherhood of all creatures. Therefore do the wise see in the letter Yod the Father of Kokma, the unbounded wisdom that establisheth all. The Father Abi am I, the source of all, one in mine inmost being, two in my self-utterance, and three in my union with my divine manifestation, creating, preserving, transforming through endless ages. From my presence to all things derive their substance. Number 9, the hermit, the meditation. Therefore is Yod the foundation of all the letters, and every letter exhibiteth Yod in its formation. By these 22 letters is the circle of creation described. I am the fluid darkness, which is the ink wherewith I inscribe myself upon the scroll of manifestation. Verily, this writing of the book of being telleth no new thing. They understand aright who say with Solomon, that beneath the sun is nothing new of whatsoever is. Thou mayst say with truth it was. Hence is the vision of the prophet, which seemeth to pierce the veil between what is and what is yet to come. In truth a recollection of that which seemeth to belong to the past. My hand holdeth the whole circle of being, and for me time is naught. I am the link between Chesed and Tiferet, combining the waters of substance with the air of life. I measure and bound the Ruach. Therefore is Yod the foundation. Hence is the vision of the prophet, which seemeth to pierce the veil between what is and what is yet to come. In truth a recollection of that which seemeth to belong to the past. My hand holdeth the whole circle of being, and for me time is naught. I am the link between Chesed and Tiferet, Combining the waters of substance with the air of life, I measure and bound the Ruach, which hath its place in the path of mediating influence, because I am the intelligence of will which carrieth the water of mercy into the sphere of beauty. I am 10, yet from me proceedeth the 20, for I am 10 ineffable, and 10 manifested in creation. Therefore is Yod both 10 and 20. Hence is the vision of the prophet, which seems I am 10, yet from me proceedeth the 20, for I am 10 ineffable, and 10 manifested in creation. Therefore is Yod both 10 and 20, and the 10 made manifest are also 7, and these are the Elohim. These 7 bring forth 10 again. For the heptad, which is below the supernal triad, completed itself in the kingdom of the bride. For tenfold is my self-utterance, and therefore it is written of the lights of emanation 10 and not 11, 10 and not 9. Comment in Yod, pronounced Yodi. Yoda. Comment on Yod, or pronounced Yodi. Transcribed as I or Y, the number 10, meaning creative hand, the intelligence of the will. The letter name Yodi means hand. The ancient pictograph form of this letter was a representation of the extended forefinger, a distinctly phallic emblem. The same idea of masculinity is applied to this letter in Kabbalistic literature. For example, is the first letter of the Tetragrammaton IHVH. Yodi is called the paternal letter and is assigned to Kokma, which is named AB the father. This idea is elaborated in the meditation, paragraphs 1 through 3. Fluid darkness or ink is dio, D-I-V in Hebrew. The letters of this word are the same as those of IVD, Yodi, and the number 20 is of course the same. Fluid darkness or ink is dio, D-I-V in Hebrew. The letters of this word are the same as those of IVD, YOD, and the number 20 is of course the same. The phrase it was is Haya, H-I-H in Hebrew, having also the numeral value 20. Vision of the prophet is Chazau, C-H-Z-H. Kauzau, to have a vision of. And the active participle of this verb is used as the noun koze, chzh, prophet seer, as in 2 Samuel 24:11 and 2 Chronicles 9:29. This section refers to the 20th path of wisdom, joining Chesed and Tifereth. It is named intelligence of will. The 10 ineffable are the unmanifested Sephiroth, or the potentialities of the limitless light subsisting in eternity. The 10 ineffable are the unmanifested Sephiroth, or the potentialities of the limitless light subsisting in eternity, which become the Sephiroth when a cycle of manifestation begins. Yodi is both 10 and 20 because the numeral value of the single letter 1 is 10, or I is 10, and that of the letter name IVD is 20. The 10 ineffable Sephiroth subsist eternally, but the manifested Sephiroth come and go, as cycle succeeds cycle in the cosmic outbreathing and inbreathing during a cycle of expression. Therefore, when the Sephiroth are both unmanifest and manifest, they are represented by the number 20. All the forces represented by the 10 lights of emanation are included in the 7 spirits of God, Ol Elohim. The number 7 includes the number 10. The 10 ineffable are the All the forces represented by the 10 lights of emanation are included in the 7 spirits of God, or Elohim. The number 7 includes the number 10 because the theosophic extension of 7 is 28, which digits to 10. The heptad below the supernal triad consists of the Sephiroth from Chesed to Malkuth inclusive, and this heptad begins and ends in 10 because the extension of 4. The number of Chesed is 10, and the number of Malkuth is also 10. Malkuth is sometimes called Kala, or Kala, KLH, the bride. Hence we read, the heptad which is below the supernal triad completeth itself in the kingdom of the bride. Up next we have 10, the wheel of fortune, the meditation on Kaf. The fourth. Number 10, the wheel of fortune, the meditation on Kaf. In my grasp are all things held in perfect equilibrium. I bind all opposites together, to each to its complement. One by another do I mitigate, so that nowhere in the universe is there any real want of failure. Neither is there anywhere injustice, for the semblance of it is one of the manifold aspects of the delusion of separateness. Forms are as vases into which I pour the precious perfume of mine inmost essence, and where I am, there must truth and right abide. Take heed lest thou despise the forms thou understandest not. Every vessel of life is an aspect of me, the Most High. The strife, the quarrels, the contentions that thou witnessest day by day are the play of the light and darkness which I am. All sense of effort, all semblance. Number 10, the wheel of fortune, all sense of effort, all semblance of exertion, know these as illusion, and with thy mind's eye see me entering into all. Know me thus as the conciliating intelligence which rewardeth those who seek. And know, too, that whatsoever a man seeketh, he desireth me. Of my beneficence I give freely to every one that seeketh, and from me cometh the victory which they win who gain to knowledge of secret things. This victory cometh during the sleep of the body, and the secret of my rewarding beneficence is bound up with the secret of sleep, hid in the letter Kopf, for in the numeration Kopf and Kopf are bound together. What bindeth them is the multiplication of the 10 by itself. By balancing opposites with exactitude unfailing, I bring mastery of all conditions and circumstances to him. Sense of effort or semblance of exertion, know these as illusion, and with thy mind's eye see me entering into all. Know me thus as the conciliating intelligence which rewardeth those who seek, and know too that By balancing opposites with exactitude unfailing, I bring mastery of all conditions and circumstances. To him who seeketh faithfully to do my will, such an one will master days and seas and times, because through him my rulership of everything shall find free outlet. Ever by balance do the wise attain. Even as there can be no grasp without the hand, so is there no conciliation of seeming opposites without knowledge of my will. Therefore does Kapf, the hand exerting itself to grasp, follow the Yodi, the hand creative, in the order of the sacred letters, and as the rewarder and conciliator, I am the Lord of Fortune. Ever by balance do the wise attain. Even as there can be no grasp without the hand, so is there no conciliation of seeming opposites without knowledge of my will. Therefore does Kapf, the hand exerting itself to grasp, follow the Yod, the hand creative in the order of the sacred letters. And as the rewarder and conciliator, I am the Lord of Fortune. Whosoever conformeth his acts to my will shall know me in truth as the Father of mercy, whose chariot in the heavens is the great benefactor. Zedek. Comment and Kapf. K-A-P-H, pronounced Kaf. Transcribed as K, the number 20, meaning grasping hand, the conciliating intelligence. By balance do the wise attain. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe now.